Picture this, July 30th, 1966, the day England's football history was forever etched in gold. The setting was Wembley Stadium, the occasion, the pinnacle of football glory, the World Cup final. The air was thick with anticipation, the crowd eager and restless, hearts pounding in sync with the rhythm of the game. Against a formidable West German team, England, led by the charismatic captain Bobby Moore, walked onto the field with a determination that was palpable. The stakes were high, the pressure immense, yet the English team stood steadfast, their mind set on one goal, victory. As the game unfolded, every pass, every tackle, every shot was met with a collective gasp or cheer from the spectators. The tension was almost unbearable, the atmosphere electric. Goals from Martin Peters and a hat-trick from Geoff Hurst turned the tide in England's favour, their skill and teamwork carving out a path towards triumph. With each goal, the crowd roared, the jubilation echoing through the stadium. Every English heart swelled with pride, the dream of a World Cup victory slowly turning into a reality. But then, in the dying minutes of the match, West Germany equalised. The collective breath of the nation was held. Extra time was needed to decide the fate of the match. The tension was palpable, the stakes higher than ever. Then, in a moment that would be forever seared in the annals of English football history, Geoff Hurst scored his third and England's fourth goal. The crowd erupted, the noise deafening. The dream had become a reality. The final whistle blew, sealing England's victory. The euphoria was overwhelming, the joy uncontainable. The players, exhausted yet ecstatic, were heroes, their names forever etched in football lore. And there it was, England, the world champions, a moment that still sparks a flame in the heart of every English football fan. But to truly appreciate the glory of that moment, we need to turn back the clock to the very roots of English football. This journey starts in the year 1863, a time when top hats were in fashion and Queen Victoria was on the throne. Amidst this historical backdrop, a significant event took place that would change the world of sports forever: the establishment of the Football Association. This was the first governing body of football anywhere in the world, and it introduced standardised rules for the game. It was a revolutionary moment, bringing order to a chaotic sport that was often marred by inconsistencies and disputes. But the game of football in England was never just about rules and regulations. It was about clubs, communities, and of course, competition. In the early years, clubs sprang up across the country, often associated with churches, schools, and local communities. Some of these early clubs, such as Notts County and Stoke City, are still active today, making them among the oldest football clubs in the world. The spirit of competition soon led to another milestone in English football history, the first ever FA Cup in 1872. This was a tournament that brought together different clubs from across England, competing for the ultimate prize. Imagine the excitement of those early matches, played on muddy fields with rudimentary equipment, yet filled with passion and commitment. It was in these matches that the foundations of England's rich football culture were laid. These early years were marked by innovation, passion, and a love for the game that has only grown stronger over time. From the establishment of the Football Association to the first FA Cup, these were the pioneering moments that shaped the future of English football. From these humble beginnings, the seeds of England's football legacy were firmly planted. Fast forward to the mid-20th century, the golden era of English football. As the world began to recover from the scars of World War II, football in England was also finding its feet, and what a stride it took. The 1950s and 1960s were a time of great accomplishments and significant milestones for the game. In 1950, a monumental year for English football, the nation decided to step onto the global stage and entered FIFA. This was England's first foray into international football and marked the beginning of an era full of passion, rivalry, and unforgettable moments. The same year, England made its World Cup debut in Brazil. Although the tournament didn't end in victory, it was the spark that ignited England's determination to conquer the world. Throughout the next decade, the England team evolved under the stewardship of managers like Walter Winterbottom and Alf Ramsey. They built a squad that was a blend of raw talent and experienced stalwarts, a mix that would prove to be the recipe for success. As the 1960s dawned, the stage was set for England to make its mark. The build-up to the 1966 World Cup was a time of intense preparation and unshakable belief. England was not just participating, it was hosting. The pressure was immense, but so was the resolve of the players. The nation held its breath as the team took to the field, each game inching them closer to their dream. The golden era was not just about the World Cup victory, it was about the journey there. It was about the determination and spirit of a nation that had seen the worst and was ready to experience the best. It was about a team that carried the hopes of millions on their shoulders and dared to dream. The golden era, a time when England was truly a force to be reckoned with on the global football stage. As with any journey, England's football story had its share of highs and lows. The 70s to the 90s were roller coaster years, indeed, a period marked by both triumph and tragedy. It was a time when the nation's football spirit was tested like never before. The 70s kicked off with England failing to qualify for the World Cup in 1974, a bitter pill to swallow after their glorious victory just 8 years prior. The 80s, however, brought a glimmer of hope. The England team reached the quarterfinals in the 1986 World Cup, only to be knocked out by Argentina in a match forever remembered for the infamous Hand of God incident. In this game, Diego Maradona scored a goal using his hand, a clear violation of the rules. Despite England's protests, the goal was allowed, a decision that still stirs controversy to this day. But the 80s weren't just about on-field drama. Off the field, English football faced its darkest hour. The Hillsborough disaster in 1989, where 96 Liverpool fans tragically lost their lives in a stadium crush, sent shockwaves through the nation and the world. It was a stark reminder of the urgent need for safer football stadiums. As the 90s rolled in, the winds of change began to blow. In 1992, the Premier League was formed, revolutionising English football. The game became more commercial, attracting global audiences and turning footballers into international stars. The 90s also saw England host the European Championships, a moment of national pride. Yet, the rollercoaster ride was far from over. England's performance in international tournaments was a mixed bag, with some promising moments overshadowed by disappointing exits. But through it all, England's passion for the beautiful game never wavered. Despite the setbacks, England's love for football remained unshaken, setting the stage for a new era. The rollercoaster years were a testament to the resilience of English football. a period that shaped the game as we know it today. In the dawn of the new millennium, English football began to redefine itself. As the calendar flipped to the 2000s, the stage was set for a new chapter in the annals of English football. The national team's journey in the World Cups and European Championships of this era was a testament to their resilience and determination. They battled valiantly in the 2002 and 2006 World Cups, reaching the quarter-finals on both occasions. In the European Championships, they showcased their mettle, reaching the semi-finals in 2016 and the finals in 2021. The turn of the century also witnessed the rise to dominance of English clubs in the Champions League. Clubs like Manchester United, Liverpool and Chelsea became frequent fixtures in the tournament's later stages, bringing home the coveted trophy multiple times. These victories were not just a testament to the team's prowess, but also a reflection of the strength of the English Premier League, considered one of the most competitive football leagues globally. But what is a football narrative without its stars? The modern era saw the rise of new footballing icons who left an indelible mark on English football. Wayne Rooney, with his sublime skills and tenacity, became England's all-time leading goalscorer. David Beckham, with his pinpoint crosses and free kicks, became a global football icon. And then there's Harry Kane, who continues to rewrite the record books with his goal-scoring exploits. These stars, along with many others, not only entertained fans with their exceptional talent, but also inspired a new generation of players. They embodied the spirit of the game, showing that football is more than just a sport. It's a platform for expressing oneself, for defying odds, and for uniting people. In the modern era, English football continues to evolve, shaping new legends and unforgettable moments. With the talent pool ever expanding and the passion for the game undying, the future holds exciting prospects. As we look forward to the next chapter, we celebrate the journey so far, the highs and lows, the triumphs and heartbreaks that make English football the beautiful game it is today. As we look ahead, the future of English football shines bright. The game we know and love is evolving, and England seems to be at the forefront of this change. The new generation of players is showing immense promise. Young talents are emerging, not just from the traditional football powerhouses, but from every corner of the country. These incredible athletes are redefining the game with their speed, skill, and unyielding determination. They're the future stars of English football, and they're ready to take the world by storm. The Premier League too is undergoing an evolution. It's not just about the big clubs anymore. Smaller teams are proving that they can compete at the highest level, bringing a new level of unpredictability and excitement to the game. The league is becoming more inclusive, more competitive, and more entertaining. It's a testament to the growth and potential of English football. And let's not forget about the World Cup. England, the birthplace of football, has a rich history with the tournament. The iconic victory of 1966 is a cherished memory, but it's time to create new ones. The country is buzzing with anticipation as it bids to host future World Cups. Imagine the roar of the crowd, the tension in the air, the exhilaration of victory, all on home soil. It's a prospect that fills every English football fan with hope and excitement. All these factors paint a bright picture for the future of English football. The game is changing and England is ready to lead the way. There's a sense of optimism, a belief that the best is yet to come. The country is producing world-class players. The Premier League is thriving, and the World Cup could be coming home again. The journey continues, and the next chapter of England's football history awaits to be written. From the humble beginnings to the glorious victories and the challenging setbacks, England's football history is a captivating tale. As we take this walk down memory lane, we remember the year of 1863, when the Football Association was formed, setting the stage for a sport that would become integral to the country's identity. The early years were marked by simplicity and love for the game, a stark contrast to the vibrant spectacle we witness today. Then, we move forward to the golden era of the 1950s and 1960s, a time when England asserted its dominance on the world stage. The pinnacle of this period was undoubtedly the miraculous 1966 World Cup victory, an achievement that has been etched into the hearts of every English football fan. The nation held its breath as England claimed the Jules Rimet Trophy, a moment that personified triumph and showcased the strength of English football. Yet, the journey wasn't always smooth. The rollercoaster years from the 70s to the 90s were a testament to this. Times were tough, but the love for football never waned. These were the years of highs and lows, of victories and losses, of hope and disappointment. But through it all, the spirit of the game remained unbroken, reflecting the resilience of the people who loved it. The dawn of the new millennium marked the beginning of the modern era, a time when English football evolved in leaps and bounds. The world watched in awe as English clubs dominated European competitions, and the national team showcased a beautiful blend of youthful energy and experienced talent. The game was no longer just a pastime. It had become a global spectacle, a source of national pride and a symbol of unity. Looking ahead, the future of English football seems brighter than ever. The current crop of players displays an exciting mix of skill, flair and determination. The country's youth systems are nurturing the next generation of footballers, ensuring that the flame of English football continues to burn bright. This journey down memory lane serves as a poignant reminder of how far English football has come. From the humble fields of the 1800s to the grand stadiums of today, the game has evolved, yet the essence remains the same. It's a story of passion, of resilience, of unity, and of a nation's love for a game that transcends boundaries. In the end, football isn't just a game in England, it's a part of the nation's soul, a story of passion and resilience woven into the fabric of history.